You know, this young lady had a terrible past, or rather, she had a terrible background, and she swore, she vowed that she would not replicate such. She vowed that she will have a better future. She vowed that she was going to give her children, give her spouse a better home, a better atmosphere. But did she? She did not. In fact, she reinforced her trauma. She strengthened her trauma. Not because of she liked it, not because of she liked the negative things she saw while growing up, not because of she was proud of her environment, but because she did not understand the power of her background. She did not understand the power or the authority that her background or her environment had over her life. This reminds me of the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, when Abraham was negotiating for them, telling God 50, 30, 10, he thought that Lot and his people were believers. Only for the angels of God to go to Sodom and Gomorrah, found that they were not even up to 10. And in Abraham's mind, he was counting Lot and his family members. But then, Lot's wife turned back and she turned to a pillar of salt. And Lot was left with his two daughters, and they went to, I think, a mountainside. And the idea that these two girls had, that is Lot's daughters, the ideas they had for procreation, for not allowing their father's name die, was to sleep with their father. Like, they didn't want their father's name to die, so they decided to sleep with their father in order to have children for their father. And this shows the power of your environment. These girls, I believe they thought that they were in Sodom. They did not know that Sodom was in them. I know that I'm thinking that maybe if they were in that environment and they were counting believers, they would see themselves as believers. But then that is the power of your environment. They were not just in Sodom. At the long run, or rather on the long run, Sodom was in them. Because how can you even think of that type of thing? What happened to, let's go and meet our grand uncle Abraham. Abraham has plenty men around him. He gave us one of his good servants, because he didn't have sons. He would give us one of his good servants to marry. Or let us go to the neighboring villages. Maybe there are young men there. Why let us sleep with our father? This is to show you that you will duplicate, or rather you will reinforce your trauma. You will reinforce your environment. You will give birth to your environment if you are not careful. So you have to sit down with God. Sit down with God first. Sit down with God. And think about your environment. Think about those things you saw while growing up. They are very powerful. They are very, very powerful. If not, you will keep giving birth to, you will keep reinforcing the same things over and over again. Your environment is very powerful. And for the fact you don't like it, doesn't mean you cannot duplicate it. Doesn't mean you cannot reinforce it. Doesn't mean you cannot reproduce it again. You don't like something, doesn't mean you will not do it. If you don't want to be worse than where you came from, you have to do something about it. Hope this helped.